Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 63 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian, and today we have we have Kyle, Mac, Josh, Abby, and Christo. Fingers crossed that we have our cleric, our second cleric. We have a lot of double ups. That Frank will be here with us today. That is the dream.
I hope
Moment
he
of
will
silence. He's fine.
I miss him. I miss him.
I do too.
We all
Press F to pay respects in the chat.
We got a long rest, right?
Yes, a long rest has happened in this time frame. Since the rock fight, which is what happened the previous episode. The party was introduced to some new friends last session after an encounter with a rock. You met Ptolemaeus Christodouopoulos, which is a man from another continent who has traveled around the world in a hot air balloon and seems to want to continue doing such and has an interest in going to Skull City, interested in how they use basically, I guess, dead god energy to power things. And he's like, that's not how we do it where we're from, but we use things more like that, and things aren't as magically charged. Where he's from, nobody gets power from gods or from the earth. It's just, if you want something, you got to get smart enough to understand it or smart enough to make it.
Might be partially because they essentially, built a town for themselves and told the gods to fuck off or else there'd be war.
If you tell the gods to fuck off, they probably won't give you magic. That's just what you got to take. It balances out. But you meet Ptolemaeus. You also got to meet Hercules, his companion that he got from another continent, who is a little capybara in little leather armor. A lot of the session was you guys getting to learn more about Ptolemaeus and the world, and also trying to figure out how to deal with the problem of your cart, which Gorbjorn fell 120 feet directly into. But Saga had a big brain moment, and all of the dice agreed that it was indeed a good move, and she used water to drench the cart and then cone of cold to freeze it, and somehow it worked. Did some people pee on a cart to make the wheels work? Yes, and we're not going to talk about it anymore ever again. But it doesn't matter because you've got the cart working.
You didn't even have to bring it up this time.
No, I have to bring it up. They have to know just once.
Okay.
It's important. It was one of my 4 natural ones I rolled last session. We have to talk about it. Because she was using her magic, Saga accidentally summoned a new friend, an imp named Cece, which she named because it said it was you can give me one, sure. Which was a not creepy, very pleasant little imp who licked his eyeballs and kind of moaned weird when you poured flour in its face. But once again, no more talking about that. But you made him a little dress because he said he knew Lady Satyr. Saga defended this guy tooth and nail, will not let anybody talk poorly of him. And after you made him a dress, he asked you if you were interested in power. And you said, sure. And he said, all you have to do is invoke the name of my master. And then sadly, the 1 hour spell that had him drawn to the area faded. And Cece was gone. And as your companion said, if he's a true friend, he'll come back. You all continue forward. You sleep on the bridge with your spooky ice cart. You warn people as you continue on about the large bird. Somehow, some way, everything makes it across the cart, across the whole cart, guys, across the hammer. The carts, all the people, hot air balloon, capybara, everybody makes it. And you all take your first steps into the east, into Trader's Pass, also known as Giant's Face, which is a town right at the head of the hammer, which you can still see some of the intricate metal design sticking up from the ground where the earth hasn't completely swallowed it yet. It looks very similar to the other side of the hammer, where there was just a small town with multiple carts and wooden cranes, and this is no different in that sense. But you all arrive, you look around, Roshan, there is a surge of energy the second your foot makes contact with earth. And you know you are going the right way, and your body reacts viscerally and physically as you point. Your arm raises on its own and points southward. Now,
what's he pointing at?
What's he pointing at, guys? I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and kind of assume everybody isn't staring at Roshan. Is everybody just looking dead at the man? But there is somebody who was walking next to him, and that was Ptolemaeus, who watches Roshan do this. He's going to make a roll. You see him look to you, and it looks like he thinks for a moment, and then he says, I am also excited to no longer be on the bridge. And you realize you're smiling. Just a very big, pleasant smile.
Yeah, he will. I can put my arm down, right?
Yeah, your arm,
okay.
It like lifts and then you can automatically put it right down right after.
I feel like we're closer to something than we have been in a long time.
I feel a similar way, probably about different things. And he smiles and he kind of pulls his backpack up kind of higher on his shoulders, and starts like clapping for Hercules to climb out of the basket of the hot air balloon. The rest of you, as you make your way over, you get maybe 6 yards before you are approached by a man and a woman, one of them holding a lantern because the sun is moments from setting. It will set during this conversation, basically.
But we weren't on the bridge with the cart in the dark.
Technically, this woman takes the lead and you see that they are making they are walking in a way to cut you off. They are walking to the front of the cart. And at the pace your cart is going with the horses, it's not too hard to do. This woman steps in front. Hello there. She looks at the cart and she opens her mouth.
We had an
out of the way, there's no brakes.
The man reaches up and puts his hand to the horse's kind of right below the throat, and the horse just stops instantly, and there's gravy in the bag just going on.
We had an incident with a very large bird, and we can have some corroboration on that story.
Quite a large bird, biggest bird I've ever seen.
It was a rock.
Someone tried to say, she said it was a rock, but it was quite clearly it was a bird.
Stop it! It's the type of bird. The type of bird is a rock.
The guy holding the horse is like, oh yeah, I heard of rocks.
Yeah,
the bird.
Yeah. That's what you see?
Yeah.
The biggest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I've seen a lot of very large animals. This one topped the bunch, and
I am glad that you are all safe. I am glad the horses seem well.
They're good horses. They're quite brave and manageable. Never seen horses that would have done the same in the same situation.
Of course.
They were excellent.
We spend a lot of money on breeding and training. We also have these horses. Yay! Yay, Frank. We also have these horses and trained, and we have the carts custom built. And she like
Oh,
looks
but
over the group.
I-
And your cart is rented?
we customized it a little bit.
I
We
see
did,
that.
We did place a security deposit across the gap. Yes.
Well, it isn't exactly a security deposit.
Oh.
It's more of payment to get somebody on that side to use an ability to tell us on this side that a cart has been rented. It's sort of just the original cost, and it would not have been more than that if the cart was returned unbroken.
Oh dear.
But this cart, even if at the moment is standing somehow, enough sunlight, or I'm sure enough weight, or at the end of the winter, I won't have a cart anymore.
But you have a really nice ice sculpture in the meantime that is free for you to have.
Well, that is a very fun twist on things. The cart and the cost for the labor will be 75 gold.
Oh,
Oh. I see.
do you take copper?
If it adds up to 75 gold, we will take anything. But it has to be coin.
I have 173
Wait, gold?
copper.
Oh, I was like, how do you have more gold than me? What the hell happened?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
How much gold do we have?
120.
Oh.
But 75 gold for a cart, I don't believe it. I'm like, no. So Gorbjorn,
Gorbjorn doesn't know that, but
I'm just gonna put 20
Doesn't
gold
like-
in their hand.
oh my god.
That's more than enough.
Oh my god.
You are welcome. Which charisma-based skill would you like to roll?
Intimidation only. I only.
Oh boy.
I don't know the other skills, Jillian.
Can I see if they are trying to swindle us?
Roll insight.
Okay.
That will give me a 14.
I got an 11.
I mean, what's the worst they'll do? Are they going to put us on the other side of the bridge again?
No. But if we're
Are we
going
gonna
to
get a-
make our way back home, we'll have to come back the way we came.
We have a balloon now.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we could go.
Only
We
as
could go on a
long-
boat. We could go on a boat.
They are standing directly in front of you guys. She like looks at the man who is now holding 20 gold. I mean, we could pay the rest of it if you think that is enough. If not, we could also speak to some Yarlsmen. And now that you take a glance around, you could see that there's a handful of Yarlsmen around, but their colors are slightly more purple than the blue from where you were, which kind of dawns
That
on
would
you
denote
that
a different Jarl.
yeah, you're in the land of a different Jarl. You
We
are
don't
in the
have
land-
protections here.
You are in the land of Jarl Ivan Frey.
Ivan Frey.
Ivan Frey.
Ivan
Are-
Frey.
Are we gonna get arrested again?
Let
The woman looks over to you.
oh I
Okay.
Are we?
Yeah.
well,
Sadly, these carts are very particular.
yes.
As you can see that it is a different build from a normal cart. These are meant to move more smoothly and safely over the bridge. That's why they're a bit more expensive.
Of course.
They're not particularly good at holding up against bird attacks.
It's not what they're built for.
I'll like reach into my pocket, giving her like squinting and like kind of like growling a bit, and then I'll give her 5 more gold.
Gorbjorn, are we gonna?
I'm greedy. Like I'm playing my character. Sorry.
How many gold do I have?
She does like a little like whistle and like a motion. And you see a couple Jarlsmen are heading over.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Gorbjorn, if you don't want to part with that much gold, I tell you what, let me have a look in my pouch here. I've got 16 gold, all of my own.
I don't know where this came from, but I have some as well.
I just found
I'm
this
not
gold in my
sure-
pocket.
You know, actually, it's very strange. I don't remember having this many. But regardless, I've got 16 gold in my pocket. Roshan, how much have you got?
No, put it away. Just like throws the 75 on the floor, just like in its like loose change form.
Oh, I found some more.
Oh my god.
It's all over the
The
ground.
woman like her lips go thin. You see that like not an inch of a bend to the back. There was not a thought in this woman's mind that she was going to bend over to pick up any of this coin. But the man who's standing next to her and sees like the stare off is like, thank you.
We've had a trying trip, and I apologize for my companions.
Roshan would like to abandon the group and meet the Jarlsman halfway.
That's not a bad idea. Thank you.
You slip away as you start to walk over. The woman forces her face back into more of a customer service smile. All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Now, if you are interested in purchasing a cart from us, we have a few options. Imagine how much money you'd owe me if those horses had died. Anyways.
Carts are far too expensive over here.
Yeah.
So the Jarl on this side of the bridge will vouchsafe their investment in a cart, but won't vouchsafe the safety of travelers crossing the bridge itself.
What?
That's correct, yes.
Oh, that seems like a inappropriate use of their skills and weaponry.
I didn't hear the statement. What was the assumption about the Jarl?
Here is a symbol from Lady Satyr. She gives you her blessings, and she is the one who helped me sculpt the cart and choose what it would look like after to repair it the rest of the way. Thank you so much for letting us use your cart.
While Saga is doing that, Nana will kind of nudge Fen and kind of pull him aside and kind of whisper to him, "That's the kind of thing that you keep on the inside, Fen, when you are around people who do not know you."
We would just swindled out of 75 gold, which even I know is quite a bit of money.
It is
The
quite
woman
a bit of money, but
takes
regardless.
the symbol and she's like, well, if you're interested from purchasing from us, of course, you're welcome to just leave on foot. But if you would like to get 2 horses and a cart, it'll be 125 gold. Or if you would like to purchase one of our carts and horses, it'll be 300 gold. There's also a system where
I got a cart you can ride on.
Oh.
Like general junk.
This woman is gnashing her teeth
Like this, I don't know why, but this woman has set off something in Gorbjorn.
of decency.
She asked for money. That's what
She's
happened.
trying to
That's
swindle
exactly
me
it.
out
Yeah,
of money?
pretty much.
No, my worst enemy.
Guys, please, can we...
Does she have a cart that will cross the sea to the mouth of hell? Because she can ride on it.
Ben, I hope to
So-
God you didn't say that loud enough for her to hear.
You guys are all right next to her, except Rashad.
I tried to... Okay.
Even pulling him to the side a bit, she glances over. There are no carts or horses for sale. I suppose good luck to you on your way back across the bridge, however you may do it. And she turns on her heels and leaves the man standing with the horses in the cart. And he like looks at it, he's like, all right, make sure you grab anything that might be yours. You don't want to leave anything behind on the ice cart.
Thank you very much. We will do so. Without any further comment, please, can we just get our things and go to an inn and sleep in a bed for one night before we get into any more trouble?
Because it doesn't cost 50 gold.
Gobion! Please! Please!
Thank you,
Man,
sir.
Roshan, you meet halfway with the Jarlsmen who you see slow down after they aren't ushered over like very quickly, and then see the woman start to walk away, but they look to you and you've met them halfway.
I wanted to bring news from the Jarlsmen in the West. We have reason to believe that a criminal has passed over the bridge within the last couple of weeks. One bearing this symbol, and Roshan pulls out his, Ave's notebook and flips to a page where he's drawn the symbol, and shows it to them and says, a couple days ago when we were in the inn in the West, they had left this symbol, and this was only days after attacking our village. Their leader, as best we know, his name is Bosch, and he is responsible for corruption. Corruption that was until recently based in the West, but seems to have moved east.
Do you believe everything you've said? I'm just checking in.
Yeah,
Okay, roll persuasion.
Bastard 20.
Okay.
Hey!
Did I get something wrong?
No. So these men. They listen to you. You seem to speak with authority. Thank you. Good to know the words getting around a bit. He points over at the crevasse. We've had a bit of an issue lately, so we'll certainly keep an eye out.
Thank you for your time. If you've no further questions, we would like to get to an end.
The woman walks past you. I'm good. And they look over to her and they like nod. No more questions.
Have a good evening.
They nod and then they both sort of split and go back to the posts they were at. And now all of you are here. Cart and horses. There we go. Cart and horses taken away. Ptolemaeus sort of standing off to the side with his hot air balloon. Like,
Yeah.
I guess I'll help him take it off.
He currently has it so that it's grounded and has like wheels, so you're able to like push it for him to continue doing that. But you guys see that there is an inn you can go to. It's almost mirroring placement from the other side, and you guys are welcome to head your way that way. As you approach, he goes over to you, Gorbjorn. Could you, and he like points over to like an area, like a stable where the horses are. Could you push it over there for me?
Then I'll go ahead. Still grinding his tusks.
Ooh.
How dare you overpress me?
You angrily push it over, just trying to kind of get any control of the
The
lots
boiling
of
rage.
Really not any reception for a prince, honestly.
I
he
doubt
goes
his
over.
princedom is recognized on this side of Hammer.
Did he take any more of those brain wrinklers?
No, I only took one and I drank it.
That's a shame.
That's too bad.
There
We should have all had one before that interaction.
Yeah, we really should have.
It was a smooth brain interaction, but sometimes it'd be like that.
God.
Tordrick, you watch your friends. Like, good. We're starting out real good in the East. We're doing it.
Great first impressions.
The hot air balloon is brought over to the stables, and the man goes over to the stable boy and is like, well, could you keep it here, don't touch? And he's like, okay. And he's like, I don't gotta feed it. So the hot air balloon is stored in there. He like reaches in and like he pulls out another bag, and he goes to like meet you guys over by the inn. Which when you go inside, it is not as TGI Fridays as the other one. This one seems to be a bit more clean, less tchotchke. And you see, because it's later, there's a lot of people milling about. It seems nobody's like, it's basically like everybody's off work now, except the barman. So you guys go in, and what would you like to do?
Ptolemaeus, do you drink?
He looks to you. Of course.
I'm going to buy you a drink. If anyone has had cause enough for a drink, for celebration or for otherwise, I certainly believe it to be you.
Oh, I think I can do drinks and rooms tonight. And he makes his way over to the bar, and he kind of gives you guys like a nod, and then like goes over, and you watch him start to very like slowly, deliberately try to talk to the barman, and he pulls out a heavy looking bag and sets it on the counter, and opens it and pulls out like a tiny little handful of something shining and places like these little pieces of it on the counter. You watch as he places.
What is it? Does it look like coins?
No, not even a little bit. As you guys kind of nudge closer, anybody who takes a look can see that these are very small diamonds. And he like puts 4 little diamonds on the table. Is this enough for drinks tonight and a couple rooms? And the guy like looks at him and looks at the thing, and he's like, that seems like a thing to me. And snatches the 4 little diamonds off, and he like pours the rest of his little handful back into the bag, and puts it back into his bag.
You never said you were rich.
Well, I knew I would be traveling to other places, and I did not know the currency.
Makes sense.
Well, what you have here is exceedingly expensive. I don't know what these cost where you're from, but these are very expensive here.
Sadly, I do not have anything smaller.
Understandable.
You
Well-
probably could have got away with maybe 1, maybe 2 of those.
Next time.
Let's make sure before you leave that we trade some coin your way, and
That way you'll have some smaller change, just in case.
Sure, we will see. He goes and hands you all 3 keys, 2 beds per room, and you see he pockets a 4th key.
Thank you very much, my friend. Very kind.
Of course, you saved me and Hercules. So, drinks for you and your friends. And you see that your drinks are being poured at this moment.
Most excellent. Still, as a friend, I would very much like to buy you a drink regardless. At some point.
All right. He nods, and then you can see a lot of people are looking at Hercules, a little capybara, like, what the fuck is that? You can hear like, it's not a dog. It's weird. It looks like a rat. Like,
Hercules, drink?
He's not supposed to.
Hits it a bit too hard, does he?
He will eat, drink, anything.
Oh, I see.
But drinks all around. And he picks up a drink and he like smells it and he like looks at like the color of it and is like, you
I'm
see
guessing
that
this could
he
be,
does
like,
not
ale?
know fully what he's about to like drink. He's like, this is something. It is alcohol. That's all he's got.
Oh yeah.
If it's
Can
familiar
we
to us,
tell?
we can share what it is.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
you guys explain mead to him.
Mead. Love me some mead.
And he's like, okay. And he like drinks it. He's like,
Mhm.
yeah, okay. And he seems to be content to drink this. All of you have drinks. Saga, if you ever say anything about that you don't drink this, he will certainly try to talk to the bartender to try to get you something different. And today that'll be, seems your only option here is water
Don't-
or milk.
I was gonna, don't say it.
Do it.
He's
All
lactose
right.
intolerant now.
Yeah,
Intolerant by
developed it.
choice.
yeah.
It's a personal choice. But you can get a water. There seems to be no juice here of any type.
Sad.
Shoot.
Tordrick will, when he sees that our friend is offering to buy something else other than this water stuff, if they have anything stronger, he would definitely do a favorable prayer to our new friend to protect him and such for a much stiffer drink.
Yeah, you're able to get stiffer drinks going. And he looks to you while you pray. Anybody watching Ptolemaeus can roll insight.
Okay.
Tordrick takes out
16.
the little wooden figures and
Ah. It's a nat 1.
I got a 14.
19. What the heck?
You're like, that's low for me.
No, it's really. I only have a +1 on insight. I just always
You-
roll well.
You can't fail insight. It's impossible.
I can't.
How does your prayer look, Tordrick?
he puts out this Nine Sisters, and then he like starts to say a few names and what they really stand for within the realm of water and the world. And then he shares with our friend the importance of having friends and family and the unity and togetherness that and the power of all is mightier than one.
Okay. He watches you pray, and you do this. Oof. Did anybody get anybody who feels like they rolled high? What did you get?
19.
16.
Okay. Saga, you don't really get too much from it, but you see that he is fully locked in on Tordrick while he does this. Like it feels like he is taking it all in.
Is it
Mhm.
can I tell? Okay, you said I don't get much. I'll just ask. Can I
Yeah.
tell if it's that's interesting? I should figure out more, or I don't like this.
It is not that second one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that. But stiffer drinks are brought out. Anything that you guys want to do? You have rooms. You've decided you're going on foot. You've paid off your debts.
And foot. Christ, it's gonna take so long.
It'll take time. May take a bit longer.
God.
Roshan is going to drink his one drink and then retire to one of the rooms to have some alone time. That sounds wrong, but
Okay.
He wants some privacy.
No judgment.
One
Alright.
sock on the door. Do not enter.
Okay. Yep, duly noted.
Is
You're able to slip away.
if Tordrick's staying up and drinking, Fenn's gonna stay up and drink with him.
I can only assume that is the life Tordrick leads. Is that the life you lead tonight, Tordrick?
If the group plans on leaving and going back over the bird walk, he might retire
Not
a little
tonight.
early.
No, not
No,
tonight.
in the morning. I mean, in the morning, yes.
No, you guys
We're
are
not going
you guys have
back over
finished
the
your
hammer.
bridge.
No,
You're done with
Okay.
the bridge.
We're done with the
Okay.
bridge.
For
We're not
now.
doing that again until we come back this way.
Or you guys
however
buy a
long
boat,
it
I
takes.
guess.
Oh well, then.
Or we got. Yeah, who knows?
Well, if this is
now that
this,
we've
then
burned
this is the right
bridges.
place to yes. Obviously, if anybody wants to set up and tell stories and sing songs and have a good time, then that's what Torchic's all about.
Hell yeah.
Amazing. Is there music, by the way? Is there live performance?
There does not seem to be. It seems a bit more, I don't want to say sterilized, but I'm going to say sterilized compared to TGI Fridays across the bridge.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna drink and we can sing some songs, and maybe Fenn will even pull out his flute and play some music as best he can with his limited amount of talent and people can sing with.
Yeah, about 90% of the party has like an instrument and some ability to play that instrument.
Yeah.
So
Now
I have a
should
giant's
know
horn.
you pull this horn, a weird horn gets out of the bag. It looks like it shouldn't fit there. You're like, oh, I've got this, my man.
that.
Um,
Doots aggressively.
Is anybody else joining in on music time? I'm just curious.
I'll join in on the music time. I got my pan flute.
We'll have to make do if Roshan's not here. He's gone to bed, but we'll try our best. There'll be no comparison with his level of skill, but
I have a question.
Yes.
You said it's very sterile compared to the other place. Does that mean I can't? There are no trinkets to be had.
You're not seeing any trinkets in this place.
Oh yeah, I can get
Okay.
you a trinket.
Oh no!
God, no!
You show up with 2 handfuls of itty bitty diamonds.
God, no!
It's cool. What's up?
Where did you get those?
I don't know. Found them.
They were on the
God
ground.
damn
I don't know.
it. God.
Is there
Damn
like
it.
a shop at all, or like a trading post or anything?
Yes, but that's something you'd have to probably do in the morning.
Okay.
Um,
Then
It's
I
late
will
enough.
join the band.
Hell yeah, which
Hell
is
yeah,
lucky
join the
for the band because Saga will be rolling performance with advantage.
Oh,
Hell yeah!
I'm gonna do it.
I think Saga
Do
has
it,
the
do
better
it.
performance of the group.
Probably.
Yeah,
just,
probably.
Torchic will just do the
And mine's
he'll
a
like
+1.
go on the edge of his water skin and go ooh ooh every so often like a
Yeah.
horn or something.
Ptolemaeus is enraptured, whether this role is good or bad. He is fully into this. He's having a great time.
Torchic, you can use my giant sword.
17.
18?
17.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it was 18. No. Not bad for an impromptu moment. I'm sure there are moments when you guys were, in a cart for days, where it's like, sometimes there was impromptu Partridge Family moments. So it's not too hard for you guys to just sort of play a bunch of flutes and dulcimers together.
So Fenn is gonna, while the revelry is going on and while we're playing music, Fenn's in his cups, and I know you're gonna tell me to do something out of character at some point. So he's gonna
Depends if
try
you roll
his
bad.
best. What's that?
Depends if you roll badly.
Okay. Well, regardless, I have determined that Fenn is gonna get drunk enough tonight to do this. He's gonna do his best attempt at the dance that Saga did when we were in Briarheart. He was
That's
really impressed with it.
adorable.
He thought it was very good. He was sorry it wasn't well received. He wants it to live on. Maybe it'll be popular in the East. Like a band getting big in
Yeah.
Germany when like they didn't, They're not real big in the US, but like in Germany, they're beloved.
It's like how Jimi Hendrix had to tour in UK to get famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. You have to find your audience.
So I'm going off of what I know about Fen and what you have just told me. You will be rolling performance with disadvantage because you have to be shit-faced enough to dance.
All right.
There we go.
To impromptu do this dance you saw Saga do, and it bombed.
That's a 7.
I'll give him guidance. I'll give him guidance.
Add a D4 to it. Sure.
Add a D4, buddy. You got it.
That makes it a 10.
Well, there you
know
go.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
It very much could be.
Saga, it takes you a moment. You're like, oh God, is he okay? You think something's wrong for a split
I'm preparing
second.
my cure wounds.
You like raise your hands, and then you notice like he like crosses the feet and like does like a little bit of like 2 side bows, and you're like, oh, it's my dance. The Saga clapping on the side. Yay!
You're doing good. You're doing good.
And the bow.
Doing it. Let's see.
Well done, Fen.
There's like one guy who's like, yeah, and sees that it's only like him and like 2 of Fen's friends clapping, and then quickly goes back to his business.
You should try it. It's a fun dance.
Only 2 claps.
My friend
Torjek.
invented it.
Oh no, and I'm sure Torjek also clapped. He's good for it.
No, Torjek jumps up when he sees that there's others there that weren't having fun.
Oh.
That's his thing. That's his jam.
That's his
So
cue.
he's gonna go over to the ones that weren't having fun. How many are there? What's the layout look like?
Oh gosh, you probably could be messing around with like 20 people right now.
All right, he's gonna go over in that specific area. Are there any dwarves there?
Let's roll. There isn't, but there's a stocky halfling, and that's kind of close.
My name's Torjek. I am a priest of the 9 Sisters. You may have heard of them before. If not, you should.
You shall.
Where's the smiles? This is a place of fun. Yes, drink, merry. For you, not for me. I'm going to teach you all something. This is a game of skill. And he's going to pour some of his drink on the ground, and he's going to attempt to do his moves on the wet, slippery ground or floor, and then see if anybody else can do better.
All right. Go ahead and
my
roll
God.
acrobatics if you'd be so kind, Torjek.
Oh my goodness.
I would also
That's
accept
fun.
performance. I'd take either. Performance or acrobatics.
I did acrobatics, and he's going to make a fool of himself because he's very not dexterous, and he knows this, but he's trying to get smiles. Hopefully this will work. So he does a couple steps and immediately falls on his ass, setting his ass into the wetness, and goes, ooh, never was very good. All my brother and my sister can do this, but I can't. Anybody else want to try? It's not that simple. And he laughs.
What are the rules, Taldrick? How do I do what it was that you were trying to do?
He goes, Finn, you remember this? We did it with the children way back. Come on, you did really good, I remember. Watch him. He's an elf. He can do it really good. Watch the nimbleness. And he goes and grabs somebody's drink that's really got a frown and just takes part of his drinks and throws it on the ground and makes it even more wet.
Oh no.
Saga's gonna start playing a tune and start stomping her foot and cast thaumaturgy and make the ground like vibrate every time she stomps her foot to get a beat going so people can break dance.
Nana's going to play alongside her.
Okay, Fen, acrobatics or performance?
Dueling flutes.
At disadvantage?
Oh, yes, please.
Dueling dutes.
Oh, that'll be an 8 instead of a natural 20.
This isn't for success. We're not here to win.
We're not here to win. We're here to have fun.
Someone please go wake Roshan.
He's fine.
It is
He's
like
having alone
you
time.
take a step onto it. You're just like, you try to make like a grand sort of entrance step onto it. And you realize you're not like stopping, And then you realize like it was wall, but now it's ceiling, and it is just the second your foot touches it, you eat shit instantly. It's just and people are starting to like, and like as you're laying there, like the ground occasionally vibrates, and you're like, oh God.
You must have not drank that much last time.
People seem to be. You've given energy to this place where there was none. People seem very into it. You
He
even
really
get,
is a cleric. He revived this dead audience.
Woo! You even get Ptolemaeus, who has had a good handful of drinks. Seem to have no reservation in that aspect. That he's like, and he comes over, and he is not talking common. He comes over.
Oh my God.
Unable to fully communicate. And he goes over and he's going to attempt to do this. You know? No, he's shit-faced too. That's more like it.
We're here for
that
shit
was
rolls.
too good. The first roll was too good.
We're here for the shit rolls.
But you watch as he tries to dance, and then he gets like a foot like stuck on like the red cloak that he has, and eventually just like trips himself into it, and then it's just like a ball of fabric on the floor.
So while he's doing this,
and then he rolls over and laughs, like he seems to be having a good time.
Can I pickpocket his bag at the table and look for his journal?
Sure.
Gorbjorn!
Go ahead and roll stealth for me first.
That is a 21.
Jesus.
Okay. Now roll investigation.
Oh, natural 20!
Wow.
Oh, I hate it.
Let me describe to you. So you go over.
I'm looking for his journal specifically.
Okay.
Ooh.
You look
Not
through.
gonna be in anything you can read.
He can't read anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw maps.
Give me them sweet maps. You unclasp the bag, and like reach a hand in, and you like the journal is beautifully presented, and you unclasp the bag, and it's like, and you hear from the floor, all of you who are around Ptolemaeus. You see him sit up, still fully engulfed by his cloak. Someone is touching my bag.
Ah!
Oh, Torty, go to yours, I
All of
goes.
you turn, and there's Gorbjorn with a hand in the bag.
The vibrations and music
I
just kind
have
of
like
stops.
the book out and I'm looking at it like,
Gorbjorn, you know that nobody saw you. It was not that he saw you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, his head is covered in this like robe that he was wearing.
I'm just gonna put it back. My mark has been suspicious.
Oh, he's suspicious. You put it back casually and like clasp it back and just they're on to me.
Yeah, everybody is now. It looks like somebody just brushed against it in the throng from the looks of things.
Gorbjorn's sitting right there. No one's going to take your bag.
Oh, look at this!
Someone
So
was
I guess-
trying to take my bag. I know when it is open. He stands and like kind of like Little Red Riding Hood's the.
Oh my God! Would you like to take it with you?
Oh, I'm not going to leave it down here. But he sort of like giggles to himself, and he's like, "Okay, too much." Hercules, and he like looks over, and you see Hercules is currently licking up all the spilled ale, and he's like, "No,
Hercules, no!"
Goes over and scolds Hercules, and then he bids all of you good night, and he picks up his bag, and like you see he opens it and looks inside and then closes it again, and he's gonna head up to his room.
Good night, Ptolemaeus. Good night, Hercules.
He gives like a wave. He seemed pretty chill about the whole thing. Roshan, you headed upstairs on your own. Is there anything you'd like to do?
There are a few things. First, he would like to send a message to Egil to say, we've made it. we are apparently worthy, though we did have a run-in with a fuck-off large bird. I hope you are well. Miss you.
Sorry
A
about your
fuck-off large
bird
bird.
problem. Things are a bit boring here, but I'm sure they will pick up once I leave town. I miss you too.
Aw, cute.
And then the second one, he just wants to send an update to Hertha, just same general thing. See if there's anything new in town.
You send a message to Hertha. Nothing of interest. She just gives you like, everything's fine. Nothing on my end.
Okay. And then after that, he would like to cast silence on the room and turn out the lights. And he's going to try to talk to the shadow. And what's up?
I was about to say, go for it.
Okay. So he says, and the words form obviously more in his head in the silence bubble. But he just asks, what's changed?
You say this and it's the nothing. There is just this almost like the ringing in your ears of the silence, but you can almost hear your voice in your head. And you can see kind of cast from the bit of shadow from one of the candles. Did you fully take everything out?
He would just turn off like the main sources of light. So if someone came in, he could look like he was sleeping.
Don't mind me. Yeah, the little bit of light that creeps in from the moon. You can see the silhouette of the shadow sitting next to you. And you're not sure, but you feel like you almost can feel the weight of this thing on the bed next to you.
Great, that's new.
Things have changed. And you look over and you can see the outline of the shadow as it's looking forward. Things have changed. Some things. I feel stronger. Do you?
He'll just nod.
It was as if I was a tapestry. And the pieces were falling apart at the edges. And somebody took the thread and pulled it taut. And I feel whole, better. I feel better.
Do you know more of where you came from? Do you understand yourself any better?
Yes and no. There are feelings. Things that seemed important. More things that I didn't recognize at the time. Who? There was the man you burned. The man in the box. Who was he?
Roshan doesn't know how to respond right away, but he answers, He was my father and my teacher.
I see. I do not know if he is important to me or if it is because he is important to you. He's important, but he is gone.
He is. Do you know anything more of my sister?
If she is what is missing, she is closer. I could feel it in the earth. Vibrations, energy.
And is she south? Is that what I was pointing toward?
Yes. Your goal. My goal. Our goal is south.
So you are not yet whole.
I am not. I am not.
And question for Jillian, but
Yes.
that is like, that's the direction we were planning on heading anyway. Okay.
It is, yes.
Well, then we will make haste in that direction, though perhaps a little bit slower without a cart.
That is a shame. What if you talk to someone?
It's a good idea.
I think so. You're very talented.
Do you have any other new or relevant information to share?
And the shadow stands and you can feel the weight leave the bed. And now you're very certain that there is weight to this being now as you hear slight creak. Well, you can't hear any creaking in his floor, but ignore that. Everybody ignore stupid silence spell.
That's true.
Nobody
You
hears
can
anything.
feel the vibrations in the
You feel it in your bones,
floorboards.
Roshan. Walks around. We are thriving. We're getting close. We continue.
Continue.
I will tell you if anything comes to me. I would like it to. I would like to know more. I am left wanting.
Roshan will stand and approach the shadow and try to lay a hand on its shoulder.
Okay. You are able to. It doesn't feel exactly like putting a hand on a person, but there is some structure here.
Tomorrow, we are off to chase destiny.
You feel that vibration in your chest. Destiny. Good. And you feel something like grasp your shoulder as well. And it is a tight grip, but it's not painful. And then you feel like where your hand is on the shoulder, your hand starts to sort of slip through what you had been holding.
Roshan will let it fade away and try to keep an eye on it as it fades, and he lets the silence spell also fade.
as you watch him sort of it, him, she, her, the shadow sort of pace the room for a moment, stepping from illuminated spot to illuminated spot that's able to just creep through the curtains and just sort of naturally silence and the shadow both fade. And then there's the instantaneous sound of loud laughter and music all playing loudly that just comes back to you from that long moment of silence. And you are back with the world.
And I think he's just going to get a good night's sleep so he can wake up early and maybe procure us a cart in the morning.
Okay.
Please, God.
He's like, turn in early, be productive, feeling good.
Getting a good night's sleep because, you know, those serotonin molecules.
I'm here.
Golly gee, that's what this fantasy world is for. Getting a good night's sleep. 8 hours? Are you joking?
Can you imagine 8 hours and serotonin? I get
Hmm.
both.
What?
I'm allowed both of these things.
This is a fantasy.
That's a great. You all are downstairs having a good time.
Woo!
None the wiser about what happened upstairs. Ptolemaeus eventually leaves the group and goes up. And that is where we're going to take our break real quick. I'm going to go ahead and jump on it because I'm ready. So so we'll be back in 10 minutes. Go grab yourselves a snack and a drink, and we will jump back into the party. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
Thank you, 10.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 63 of On the Backs of Gods. We just took a little break. The party arrived in the east and instantly made an enemy of the first person they talked to. But, is she relevant? Probably not. Is she relevant in the passing of this bridge? Maybe a lot. But that's a problem for later team. And maybe she'll forget by then. Maybe this memory isn't branded into her mind for eternity. But that's okay. The party
Maybe
goes...
we're not the only assholes to try and swindle her out of money.
Maybe
And
not.
swindle
I'm
a
sure you're
swindler.
not. I'm sure plenty of people do, but they probably don't throw the coins on the floor for her to pick up, or talk shit about 5 feet away from her. Anywho, you make your own villains. So the party goes in, starts partying and drinking and having a good time. Roshan goes upstairs and has a private conversation with the shadow where basically we confer that the shadow is getting stronger and starting to feel things, and we are getting closer to our goal. And then Roshan decides to go to sleep early to get a head start on the day and maybe get the team a cheaper cart.
That'd be nice.
But the party is currently downstairs, sans Roshan and Ptolemaeus. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before heading to bed?
Oh, yes.
Fearful duding.
So Gorbjorn's been pretty sour and like been slowly sipping his mead as like everybody's having a festive time, and he's just like,
he occasionally angrily doots on the giant horn.
Yeah, but then I thought to myself, like, maybe if I get some looks at those sweet maps, maybe Gorbjorn will feel better. But no, Ptolemaeus has a magical bag. Tells him when somebody opens it. So Gorbjorn, he did well, and he feels cheated that he got he didn't get anything. So he's gonna be looking around the bar, seeing if there's any like good marks that are like drunk and maybe have heavy coin.
Okay. Roll insight.
Oh, it was a natural 20 and then it rolled to the 14 last second. Insight. Oh, that's just a 14 then.
Okay. So this isn't actually a terrible place to look for marks. People here have, because of your friends, are drinking way more than they had planned to, and they're traders. So these people have coin.
They're not from around here.
You can go ahead and roll stealth or sleight of hand. I'll take either. Unless you have something that you think that would like add to it. Like if you're trying to get that sweet advantage. But currently, you just see a guy who looks drunk and he looks like a traitor.
Well, like the whole party is literally partying and like making the whole place a scenario and making people drunk and distracted.
Oh yeah, Saga was gonna start like during that whole thing with the bag. She was just gonna start using, instead of the vibrations, she was gonna do color changing lights. She can do that for a minute, so the lights are flashing different colors.
Okay.
So I don't know. That's pretty distracting.
Honestly, works for me. You have advantage. This guy has.
We've invented trap music and also the house music scene.
So that'd be a 13.
Ooh, you're very lucky for this disadvantage I gave myself. Tell me how you do this. You see that this guy has a bag sort of sitting next to him, slightly behind him, like a fool. And you can see that there is a bag that you think's a bag of coin that you could grab, no problem. And it's loud in here now. So you think
I am like, as Tordrick's like going around like getting people to like say like, oh, like 9 sisters and everything. I'm gonna like point at him and he's like, he looks like he needs some fun. And then as Tordrick's like distracting him, I'm just gonna swipe it.
Oh my god.
Like I'm gonna come up there and be like Tordrick's kind of like background hype man, but I'm actually there.
Yeah, you're like, woo!
Oh my god.
My question, I think, is going to be pointed towards Saga. Saga, do you think you'd be watching Tordrick? Or would
Well,
you
I mean,
be focused on other things?
well, I'm doing the lights and
Yeah.
the music, and Tordrick's the one running the party, though, so I'm probably looking to him for cues.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
17.
Okay, good.
Nothing
Yeah.
gets past her.
You watch this whole thing happen, Saga.
Oh.
But when Gorbjorn comes up, before Tordrick listens to him, he's got to dance in the ale and see if he can do it.
Okay, so
yeah, dance
Or
in
he
the
won't.
ale
Or he
first.
won't listen to him.
I'll dance in the ale. I'll grudgingly dance.
Just kidding.
What is it? Gorbjorn's not drunk. He's not
Yeah, you're not drunk. No disadvantage. It's either performance or acrobatics.
One or the other. And you gotta not slip on the slippery ale.
So that's a 6. So I'm assuming I'm just walking over there, like stomping for a second. I just like flip.
Yeah, you fall instantly, and it's. But you did your part of the bargain. I don't know if that made you angrier or happier, but it is you instantly fall.
Way to go, Gorbjorn!
Like he's like, I'll laugh about this later.
I mean, if it makes him feel any better, I'm pretty sure that he and Fen had pretty equal,
everybody's been
pratfalls
doing
in the
bad.
ale.
Yeah, everybody's.
But you are able to you complete the dance, which is just I fall on ground, and then Tordrick
Everybody
will
do
go
the flop.
go over to the man you were motioning to. You steal what you steal, and you make a kind of a quick getaway just to give space. Saga, you watch the whole thing happen.
I'll talk to him tomorrow. Da-da-da.
That's tomorrow Saga's problem. Let's see. Go ahead and roll me a luck check, Gorbjorn.
D20 or
Yeah,
Okay.
just a D20.
a 1.
Oh, shite.
Gorbjorn's gonna be so sad.
I'm so angry.
Angry.
He's gonna start a bar fight at this point.
Oh no.
I'll talk to you in a moment, Gorbjorn. I'll talk to you about that problem in a bit. Anybody else?
Is that also an alarm magic bag?
Is this also magic?
Howler! It's a
One
howler!
time I don't fucking use my wolf eyes. Like
Yeah.
Oh, so sad.
Anybody else have something?
Tordrick,
Yeah.
you come sit down with me for a moment, please.
Does everybody seem to be having a much better time than they were?
Oh yeah, you have definitely made it a fun night for a lot of people.
Yeah, if Tordrick leaves, Saga will bring Nana and they'll take the dance floor and start running things.
Yeah!
We take over.
Yeah.
We
Tordrick
take our
will-
turn! Woo!
Tordrick will wave over. Saga, can I
What?
talk to Gorian? Or
Okay.
Finn?
Yeah.
So-
I'll get Nana.
Nana's got to dance. Or slip.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Finn.
Tordrick, I wanted to say you've been such a good friend this whole time. You've kept us together. You've kept us all smiling. We're so much better. You kept us alive in a lot of instances. We're all so much better for having you here. And I saw that you gave Saga one of your figurines, one of the 9 sisters, and I thought that, I thought that you would need the whole set. So, and Finn goes to open a pocket and Jenny flies out of it. Oh, not that pocket. This
Bird.
Now there's just a bird.
And he goes into his other pocket and he pulls out a little mini that he has carved of the best approximation that he could do with his woodworking tools of one of the 9 sisters, and he's painted her hair red with some of the sumac seeds, and he's got some ink, so he's trying to do some shadowing. I thought you should have the whole set back, and I hope this approaches the loveliness of your actual lady.
Georgie takes it and clears his throat a little bit. I don't know what to say. I thank you.
You're welcome. You don't have to say anything. We've been on the road for a while, and I've had nothing better to do than to carve a little bit. So, what I could do to try to show you how much you mean to us and how much we're glad you're here. I'm not sure how we got lucky enough for you to decide to come with us in the first place. If you answered Ave's call and came with us, and I'm not sure what led you to do that, but I'm not sure any of us would have made it this far without you. And thank you for being a good friend and for always keeping our spirits up, both figuratively and literally.
I thank you. I no longer had a family, and so this is my family. So you all do for me as I do for you. Work together and get in trouble and hopefully do good in the meantime. Thank you. I don't know if I can ever repay you for this. I'm not very good with this kind of stuff.
I don't think
Pulls out one of his little figurines, and you can see that it's like there's like little chips. There's not much definition there. There's just relatively a size difference, and he's all this much better. Thank you so much.
You don't have to repay any of us for anything. You've already done so much, and we're glad to have you, and happy to call you family.
Torchic goes to give you a big hug and a kiss.
And
with
Fen
his really bad smelling breath.
Fen is going to tense up, but he will accept it.
You brace for impact. And
That's how you know you're in Fen's Nakama.
And you are given a hug and a very alcohol-heavy kiss.
I'm sure Fen does not smell better at this point. I mean,
all of you smell very similar at this time.
As much as he had to drink and then rolling on the ground in the ale, and Fen smells bad. I feel just as bad for Tordrick as the other way around, honestly.
Hey, Gorbjorn, would you take a look at your prize while you're still downstairs?
I'm feeling confident that I have just got a score.
Oh no.
I would probably just go up to the room at this point. I was just like, I did it. I got it. Let's just stop.
I finished. We're great. Perfect. A little bow at the end of the evening. Would you check upstairs? If you go to you'd probably take one of the already untaken rooms where Roshan isn't.
Oh yeah.
So you take a glance around, you grab the bag, and it has a good heft to it. And it makes a little like clacky sound, kind of like coin does. But you just kind of pull it over and you take a glance.
What is it?
And these are really pretty seashells.
Oh.
Bag of very nice seashells.
I mean, at least I can do something with this.
Yeah,
that's
it's just a bag of
true.
seashells. Yeah.
Okay.
Not like they're mother of pearl, but at least
it could be worse.
Maybe I can buy Saga off with these.
You're like,
probably could.
This.
Or Tordrecht, honestly.
Either or, yeah.
Seashells at the shiznit. That's some good stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty useful to somebody.
Yeah, it seems like this was useful, but not gold.
It's not gold.
Womp womp.
But you're like, all right.
I can work with this.
Just sort of pulls the tear, like he pulls the tears back into his body. Like, no, we're strong. We can't cry over seashells.
It's fine.
Nana, what would you like to do?
Nana, as she is pulled onto the dance floor with Saga to take over for ceremonies from Tordrecht, will say, Saga, you remember at the temple, the dance we did?
Yes, of course.
Let's do it again! Why not?
Oh, okay. Just a second. Just gonna put the dulcimer, I don't know, on strap to her back or something. Maybe it's got a strap. It's got a strap.
As a strap today.
Yes.
And I would assume that there was a rhythm specific to the dance that Nana might be able to remember, and she'll kind of like get the assembled audience sort of like clapping along in time with that rhythm and get the dance going.
Yeah, get everybody's attention. Good.
Saga will do the floor vibrations to get
Yeah.
the beat going.
I would like an intelligence check from both of you to remember the dance.
Oh boy.
This is not going to decide how good the dance is. This is going to decide if you get advantage.
Intelligence. Alrighty.
Inteligente.
I am so good.
Okay, well, I mean, not the worst. Not too bad. That's a 12.
5.
Okay.
Whoopsie.
Neither of you are getting advantage on this performance check.
That's
Okay.
fine.
So go ahead and give me performance. This is the deciding factor.
Wow.
Ooh.
Doing
Ooh.
good? You winning, son?
I might be. My performance is +1, so that's a 17.
Ooh. Saga?
I rolled the same thing that I rolled for the intelligence check. Thankfully, I am a naturally good dancer, but
Mhm.
still, it's a 12.
Okay.
So,
You know, you guys kind of wung it in the temple.
We did.
So you get the main gist of it.
Wunged
You did the wung, which
We
is
wung, wing wang wung.
you guys like you grasp hands, and basically it's like sideways, sort of galloping in
Yeah!
like circles around the room is like the big extent of it, and then like Saga does the dip that she remembered, and like
Hooah!
is it good? Is it exactly like it was the first time? None of those things are true. It is not. But it's
But
Nobody
none of the people
knows.
here knows.
Yeah,
But
nobody
also,
knows.
wasn't the,
There's one
wait,
guy who's
Jillian,
like, that doesn't seem right.
didn't she do bad on the first time she was doing this dance? So wouldn't
That's
that mean
true.
doing
Actually,
bad is
Nana
doing
did pretty
equal?
bad on the first time, and this is higher than that. There's maybe a little more music in you this time,
Maybe.
Nana.
Or a little
So,
more.
Honestly,
booze,
it
who
could have
knows?
been better than it was in the temple. Who knows? This time, like a whole room doesn't like spin and like turn into stairs.
That's
But
nice.
That would be
actually,
weird if
better.
it did that, though.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, we did it.
Oh no! We didn't realize that was the secret key to making stairs out of every room everywhere.
Yeah, you guys have a fun night spinning and dancing.
Woo!
Yeah, people clap. Gonna be honest, it's mostly a bunch of dudes who are like, yeah, dancing.
Dancing, yeah.
It's pretty dancing ladies. It's
It's
like, this is the
dancing.
best this place has ever been. It's never been this nice. This is the best day. But eventually I assume things either wind down of their own accord, or somebody makes an adult choice and is like, to sleep.
Mm.
yeah,
But-
once things get rowdy, Saga goes to bed.
Yes, you see somebody who looks like they're about to throw a punch at somebody else, and you're like, all
Oh.
right.
Time
It's
to
bedtime.
go. Wow!
Eventually everybody finds their way to bed. Are we good for me to skip into the night? Very nice.
Ben is gonna attempt to cast Cure Wounds on himself before he starts meditating, but I don't think he can get the somatic components right or the verbal. He's just slurring too badly.
Just smack his cheek like, you've got it.
If Torture catches that, he'll definitely heal him.
Yeah, you
Depends if we're sharing a room. I don't know.
Well, you guys had a bonding moment, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
You give him a cure, which sort of kind of maybe cleans up a bit of the aftermath of what the morning may be. But eventually everybody goes to sleep. The night is quiet and you're sleeping in beds, and there are hearths in each room, and it's warm and it's nice. Just a casual night in. Some
In the
people are
inn.
richer in friendship and some people are richer in seashells.
And some people are richer in self-esteem.
Yeah, either way, a lot of building tonight, emotional building. The morning comes, Roshan, you would definitely be one of the first up if you have some sort of game plans.
Yes. As soon as he thinks the town is bustling with people, he would go and see a person about a cart.
Gotta go see a guy about a cart.
Yeah, you go over, you see by the stables that there's it looks like, okay, I can see normal carts over there. So you make a beeline that way.
Road carts.
And you see middle-aged man, looks like he's waking up, drinking something out of like a little cup, and he like glances over at you. Looking for a horse, cart, supplies?
Couple horses and a cart.
Mm.
Around how much would that run somebody?
Well, we do a bit of a sale here. So for a cart and 2 horses, we'll do about 125 gold.
That is a little more than we were expecting. And honestly, if we hadn't run into a rock on the way over, I think we would be more than happy to pay that. But right now we just don't have the coin. Is there any way that you could lower the price a little bit for us?
I feel like the cart should have been able to handle a rock. Go ahead and roll performance, or not performance, persuasion. That one.
Another bastard 20.
Woo! That's our bard.
He looks over at you. And it's already a sale. It's not that the carts are expensive, it's that horses are expensive. Oh, I could do this. How many people are with you?
There are 7 and a small animal.
Okay. Now he's like, I was seeing if I could, maybe just try to go for like 1 big strong horse instead of you guys having to buy 2 horses.
Sure.
It's kind of a lot of people, but if you take it slow and take care of the horse, it should be okay.
We could probably also take turns walking.
The capybara has to walk. Hercules will never walk.
No, nor should he.
I'll make a baby sling for Hercules.
Aw.
A papoose. Just hold him right there.
So if the cart's that, and then we went for that. Okay, this is gonna. I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna sound like a kind of familiar number to you guys. How about 70 gold? 1 big horse in a cart.
I think that is entirely doable. I don't have the cash on me right now. Do you take Lunderbucks? I'm just kidding.
He's like, I don't know what that is.
Nobody knows what that is, even in Galender.
But I'll lay down 15 gold pieces as a down payment and return with the rest to pick up the cart and horse.
All right. And if you use this service again, what you can do is if we know that you've bought the horse and cart from us, you can sort of do a trade over. Like some people are, emotionally invested in their horses or whatever. But if you come back through here and show proof that you bought from me, you can trade out for the cart and horses for the bridge, and then they will give you replacement horse and cart on the other side. No extra upcharge on that.
That sounds perfectly tenable. I will see you later this morning.
Yeah. And he sort of like sits back and like goes back to drinking his drink.
Enjoy your breakfast, and then Roshan will head back to the inn.
Okay. Everybody who had more than 3 drinks, I need Constitution saving throws. I'll give you advantage, Fen, because Tordrick was nice to you.
14.
Okay. Oh, Ptolemy should roll. Ptolemy's
With Nana
15,
playing the dukes for so much of the night, she would have only had time for like 2 drinks.
Eventually everybody comes downstairs. No hangovers in sight, except for possibly a dear friend, Ptolemaeus. Yes, Nana.
Oh, poor boy. Before we leave, Nana does want to try and find a postmaster or, mail carrier service if there is one in town.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like there surely must be.
There is.
Okay. And she's got letters to hand over to them to make their way back to her mother, Amma, her betrothed, Valder, and to Hertha. Trying to remember if I think that was it. To those people to make their way back west.
Anything in particular or just updates?
Mostly just updates, kind of like relaying to them kind of in broad strokes how the journey's gone so far. She does relate in Valder's letter more specifics about finding the signs of the death rebirth sign in the Thor's hand in and what they saw in the abyss underneath Thor's hammer, because that's shit he's gonna need to know. Not something that she would include in her letter to her mom, though.
Yeah. By the way.
By the way, terrible things happening right under our feet. Also, almost got knocked off into said abyss by a giant bird.
Yeah. As you go out and you go and send your letters, for all of this, just go ahead and roll persuasion for me. Just to see how pleasant you are this morning.
Okie
See
dokie.
if word's gotten around.
Oh no. Ooh, not too bad actually. 17.
Okay. It'll be a copper for the lot.
Oh. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the young guy at the mail carrier is like, yeah, sure, just a copper, don't worry about it. And you were able to hand him a copper, and 3 letters will be sent home.
Awesome.
On your way back towards the inn, you take a glance over at the abyss, just casually
checking
over
in.
there.
Checking in on the abyss just to see how it's doing.
Yeah, you can see that it seems that at least probably the Jarlsmen are aware of the situation to an extent, because you can see 3 of them kind of going over, and they're like near the edge and they're talking to each other. And you can tell just by like the area, like that's how far over the tendrils had been when you looked. So it seems like they're looking at it at least currently, or trying to. Another very foggy morning.
Nana might try to inquire with them, just as to whether or not this is a very recent development or if this has been happening for a while.
You go over. By golly, roll me another persuasion check.
Oh boy.
What a morning for charisma.
15.
Okay. They take a glance over at you. This is a pretty new. You know, it's usually the West has more to bitch about, and we've heard things have really gotten better over there, and gotten a lot worse over here.
Not happy to hear that for anyone's sake, least of all yours. Honestly, it's raw deal. Has there been any news of, I don't know, anyone this side of the hammer having any idea of how to deal with it?
We don't got much. People have thrown fire down occasionally, but you also don't want to do that too much. Throw a bunch of stuff over there because there's still a waterway down there, and
Right.
not exactly the safest thing to be doing, just throwing things over the edge.
Yeah. Might
But
get carried elsewhere.
Jarl Frey has sort of increased Jarlsman deployment to deal with what's happening.
All right. Well, for what it's worth, I'm Nana Hemming. I come from Galunda on the west side of the Hammer, and I know of. No, I'm acquainted with Jarl Torgrim's daughter and her brother. Mac is having a blank brain moment. Valder's full name is what again?
It would be Valder Torgrimson, if he's the sister
Well, yes,
of
but
Torgrim
it's
daughter.
like he's got a longer first name, and it's
Oh
like
shit,
just
God, we've
friends
been
call
calling him Valder this whole
We've been
time.
calling him Valder this whole time.
Shit. Oh no.
I know.
It's Rainvalder.
Thank you. I was just
Ryan
like,
Valder, thank you.
I was just like, what do you mean his name that I gave him?
Yeah. The longer
What do
name,
you
the
mean?
longer first name.
I don't know what you're talking about. You can't prove it.
And
thank
her
you.
brother, Reinvalder. If there is anything that, I don't know, anything that we can relay to you all to assist in your efforts, or if there's anything you would like relayed across to them, be glad to help.
That's pretty helpful, but bit over what I'm at, I can call shots for.
Of course, of course.
But I think the Jarl has been in contact with the Jarl eastward. So
I should expect so. But if nothing else, I know that my party and I will be traveling in the east for a while. I don't know if any of Jarl Torgrim's daughter's people will be as well, but if nothing else, we might be able to act as a relay. Some people in my party have the ability to send messages across long distances, and it might be quicker than a letter. All
right. Well, if you see anything of note, make sure you tell a Jarlsman. They're setting up in as many towns as they can currently. Also, you can usually buy protection. There's usually some people set up. These aren't Jarlsmen, but mercenary work's picked up a bit for helping travelers and merchants make their way across.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Dangerous times. Enterprising folk hoping to earn a gold.
If it stops people from getting ripped apart by fucking monstrosities, I'm not going to stop them.
I'm on board with that. Fewer people hurt by this, the better, in my
Agreed.
estimation. Thank you very much. What was your name?
Tear, and reaches a hand out.
Tyr. Excellent to meet you.
Yeah. My mom almost made it like the god, but it's like tear like a piece of paper.
Ah, clever.
I don't know if that's any less sacrilegious, but who am I to judge? She named, she liked it. No
it's
judgment
adjacent.
from me.
It's adjacent and
Yeah.
enough.
I'll
And
take
you
it for
know-
what it is.
Yeah. You make it your own.
Yeah. Eventually the party can come together for breakfast unless there's anything before that. But breakfast can be had. Ptolemaeus puts down a singular diamond and is like, breakfast for my friends, if that is okay. And they're like, yeah. You guys get a pretty nice breakfast.
Woo! All right.
Yeah. Is there Roshan, eventually you make your way back?
Yeah, he'll sit down for breakfast and say, I've made a deal for a new cart. I put a down payment and a cart and a sizable horse for 55 gold pieces is what we need to share, and then we can leave.
All right. Well, however much needs put down, I can at least contribute some towards that.
I put down 15 already. We just need 55 more.
I had shopping I wanted to do, but I have 16 gold. I'm not even sure how I came into possession of it. You can have it.
Yeah, it's very strange. Me too. I'm not quite sure where I exactly acquired all this, but that's all right.
Yeah, I can give you 16 too.
I got
Josh trying to
5.
do math,
Yeah, just the worst number.
yeah, I was like 16.
Oh, no.
48
Could-
gold
Could
right
I
there.
make it easier for you?
Yeah, it was 48. So we just need a bit
48
more.
plus the 15.
All right, we're still missing
63.
7.
So the total price was 70?
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
I can do that.
All right. So Roshan will get it all in a bag and ready to hand off.
All right.
So poor.
Poor. All he has is a bag of
Nana
seashells
will,
to his name.
Pat Gorbjorn on the shoulder. I'm certain we'll come across many more deposits of treasure along the way of this particular journey. We found so much on our journeys through the West. Surely the East will be just as rich.
Maybe more.
Maybe more. Actually, I was
Kind
talking...
of doubt that. I'm
Well,
thinking of
we'll
my
see, we'll see.
seashells in my bag.
Aw.
Oh no,
Matt,
man.
You know, it's interesting. I was talking with some of the Jarlsmen. They seem to be inspecting the development down in the chasm. It sounds as though this is, for one thing, confirmed to be a very recent development. And there are quite a lot of mercenary folk who are protecting travelers along the roads, trying to help prevent people from getting hurt from corrupted beasts and the like. So we can probably expect, at the very least, a fair few sellswords around in the east as we're making our travels.
Is it possible we could also protect some travelers for a bit of coin along the way?
Could
Very
we not?
possible, if we find someone going our way.
Could we not join trader for money?
Also possible.
That's what I just
Yes.
suggested.
I didn't understand big word you said. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Gorbjorn. I would say I apologize, but that might be too big of a word.
So where's Comp Nation? Sorry.
What?
I said, because he said compensation, so I said, where's Comp Nation?
Oh. Golly. It's all right, Gorbjorn. We'll explain on the way.
Use big sword that people pay. Make sure bad things don't hurt them.
He's like, I do that anyway. I feel like that's
but
what
I
do.
can make gold doing
But for
it.
gold,
I usually find gold after
gold!
I swing my sword and save people, and then there's gold there. It's kinda
Now I
how-
get gold, and then
Now
I can
you-
find gold.
Yeah, exactly. It's double the gold almost.
So are you guys hopping in the cart?
Yeah, I don't-
ow.
Does anyone have anything else to do that morning?
I just wanted to stop at the trading post. We don't need to spend time on it. She just wants to look for any fabrics and any fun things.
Let's see.
Fabrics and trinkets.
I'm broke now.
Yeah, me
The
too.
only fabric, there don't seem to be any trinkets out. Currently no curiosity caravans coming through at the moment. But
There'll be one on the way.
there's like a guy who's like, I have burlap.
Oh no.
What?
Burlap.
I've never.
I'll show you.
Is-
And he pulls out like potato sack material. Burlap.
Oh,
Very rough.
Itchy.
It would add texture.
Burlap.
Bad.
that
texture.
is. Oh, could I use it to wrap up like
Ladies
Bread?
say the sackcloth.
bread or cake or like
Yes.
something? Food?
Yes.
Okay.
It
Does it, like-
holds potatoes and root vegetables sometimes.
I don't usually carry potatoes.
That's
But
okay.
I suppose. All right, I will take one burlap.
Okay.
One
One burlap,
burlap.
please. Wrap it up and go.
I would like it gift wrapped.
Literally, you throw a copper at this man for just a burlap sack, and he's like, okay. You take it into your hands, and you can feel like kind of little pieces of it come off in your grip, kind of just like at the frayed edges. And you're like, if I wrapped a cake in this, it would be covered in this.
She's regretting it already, but she bought it, and so she
Probably could have bought it
Yeah.
full of potatoes for one copper, honestly.
But now
Exactly.
you have this burlap sack, which you may use however you see fit at some point.
Oh, it's crunchy. Okay,
All
thank
right.
you.
Yeah.
Crunchy fabric.
Enjoy your burlap.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
You enjoy your life and stuff, I guess.
Oh, I will. And he like looks to the horizon. I will.
Oh, okay.
Gave him inspiration.
This man's ready to live his best life. He just
Alright.
needed that one copper. He needed to get that cursed burlap out of his hands. He's like,
Oh no, it's cursed!
Suddenly, Cece's
Much
appears.
like everything that comes into
Turns
Saga's
out-
possession,
He, like, gets
apparently.
20
everything
years
into
younger.
potatoes,
He's
too.
like, ah,
Ah!
Saga ages 20 years.
no.
She surprisingly
Now
looks
you're a
exactly
small
the same.
grandma.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Saga, you gained another inch in height today.
Oh yay.
You're on the up. Slowly,
Saga, you're
like
getting
rolling your
taller.
sleeves down each day, like, and that much, perfect.
Almost there.
Yeah, you all gather to the cart where you see this like kind of like roided up looking, kind of closer to a war horse sort of vibe. Like this dude's
Wow.
thick. He's just this really thick ass horse at the front of the cart, just like just glancing around. He seems pretty well trained.
Nana will
but-
offer this horse a peace offering of an apple.
All animal
She does-
handling.
Oh no.
We'll see if you can befriend Big Horse.
Oh. I wanted to befriend him.
You have time.
It's only a 9. It's okay.
You you try to give him the apple, and it's sort of like emotional support dog at work. He's like, I got
yes, of
shit
course.
to do. Like, carry this
course.
cart.
Of course, I'm
like,
very
you, like,
sorry.
kind of like bump it near his mouth, and he doesn't seem interested.
Oh,
Okay. I'll,
you know-
I'll try again later. That's all right.
here, let me try this. I'm gonna go up.
Mm.
I'm gonna take the burlap. I'm gonna tie a little bow for him. Like a little bow tie.
Oh yeah.
A bow tie for the horse!
You rip off a strand of the burlap, and you know
Guys are
what? There's
cool.
really no role to just tie a bow tie onto a horse.
There. Now he'll
so-
be happier. You can try again later.
He'll
Or
look
trample you.
jazzier.
So I rolled to see if he'd be happier with his bow tie. I rolled a nat 20.
He
Uh-oh.
is so much happier with his. He's got flair now, guys.
He
He's happier
looks
and
to the
dappier.
Flair.
horizon.
Taka
Emboldened.
just handing out inspiration left and right this morning.
Maybe
Ptolemaeus,
he had a scratchy neck and that just scratched it just right, and it's nice.
yeah, you watch
Oh,
Ptolemaeus ties the hot air balloon like behind the cart, and he's like, I'll see if this is too much for the horse, and if it is, I'll figure something out.
If nothing else, I'm certain we can probably take turns walking.
Guys
for
are
a
gonna get
little
real
space here and
beefy just pushing this thing around. Just,
Oh, boy.
just really swollen the legs.
there.
But you guys are ready to start your progress towards the next town over, which will be Garderholm.
Ooh.
For people who were not here when I was talking about it, it is the place that Broggy mentioned in his letters to Saga. So that is going to be the next step in on your trek. Is most of you, like, you kind of start testing it out, like how many people can this horse happily carry, including like a 300-pound hot air balloon, but at least it's on wheels and he's not just having to carry it in the cart.
Yeah.
So occasionally somebody will like hop out and take a walk.
Ptolemaeus,
Yes.
what if we put the balloon up in the air and then the horse wouldn't be carrying its weight, it would just be dragging it a bit. And someone could be up there and looking out and seeing what was on the horizon. We could take turns doing that.
In theory, that sounds plausible, but if I worry that if the wind blows this way and the cart tries to go this way, there will be a problem. I do not think these very thick horse, but he kind of shrugs,
right.
like,
Right, but you can control up and down, right?
margin of error, but yes.
All right, just a thought. And if the wind picked up, it could come back down again.
It is a good idea. I just worry it will add. It is finicky and will probably add more time to the travel if we have to
You're certainly
stop
the
and
expert.
fill it. It takes a minute to fill.
You're certainly the expert when it comes to that conveyance. Just seemed to me that to not have the horse have to carry it, but maybe we'll find another horse or a donkey along the way or something that can help.
What does it need be filled with?
Oh, and then he starts going into a very long discussion about how, like, it's like, and you get the heat, and then you have the hot air, and hot air rises, and starts just, it is 50-50 on the things that make sense. You're like, okay, he say the hot air go up.
We saw the balloon go up.
It's true. You've seen it work, so he must know how it works.
Okay.
But he goes into a long discussion about how it work. And he's just like, and if there's more fire, and then if there's more weight, and he talks about like sandbags and all these types of things, and that he figured out a way to help steer it and blah, blah, blah. A little bit more than you would say maybe a hot air balloon in a non-fantasy world.
What does he use as a fuel?
That's what I was thinking.
He uses oil. So and when you bring it up, he's like, that's what he's looking for. He's gotten it so that like it does not use a lot and a little goes a long way. But he still needs it. And that's what he's hoping to find as you go from town to town. Mostly oil, some provisions. That's really the setup. He feeds Hercules like pellets that look like crushed hay into just a very small space. Hercules occasionally gets out to like stretch and walk around and like tries to find like a nice piece of grass, which isn't the easiest thing currently, but he's trying. Okay, so if people are keeping watch as you guys go along the road, you can either pick 2 people to roll perception or 1 person can roll with advantage.
Who's got most perception?
Saga.
Clearly, Saga has the most perception.
Probably Saga.
Probably.
Oh, without a doubt.
I have +5. Come on, Saga. I know
I have
yours is
+5
better.
as well.
I have +7.
Yep.
So it would be me.
Yes.
Would you like me to
and,
roll?
Yes. And with advantage, I don't know if you want Nana being your wingman or whoever. But
I'm sure
somebody's,
everybody can be my
We're
wingman.
all the wingmen.
Yeah, we're all
Yes.
Saga's wingman, really. That's all this
Really,
party is.
we're all the wingmen.
We are all the wingmen.
We
That
are
is
the
our
So
new
wingmen.
we're
group
just
name. We
here.
are the wingmen.
I've been rolling so many 5s
That's so
Why?
and a lot of 10s. It's a 17, but
Okay.
like I rolled a 10. I could have done so much better.
I feel that.
All right. You said 17?
Yes.
All right.
I like that has a good chance of seeing things.
You're sitting in the front with your bow-tied friend, and you're taking a look around. And this place isn't that weird to you. You came from the east. You went over there. The only reason you went west was because of a prophecy. You had things to do over there. But most of your travel has been in the east, a little bit more south and a little more inland is where you kind of were for a good bit of time. But you're like, yeah, it's good to be back. And it's good to show your friends. And if you come across anything, like, I'll tell you if you're like, oh, you've been to this town before. So you're going along and you're glancing around. Bit of snow has started to fall this afternoon. Nothing too intense. And you start to see something on like the side of the road, like just a change in the texture of the ground in spots. It looks like every 10 yards or so. So you see about 3 of these. And you think you can see one further up ahead, just like a little bit off the road. Looks like tilled the soil.
Like not on the road, but off on the
Yeah,
side
it's
of the
off
road.
the road. It's off on the side of the road.
Is it normal for there to be farms out here?
You are not currently near a farm, and the tilled area is like it is not very big. It is not like a straight line like a farm tilling. It is maybe some of them are like manhole cover sized. That's kind of the size range. They're kind of circular-ish in shape.
Is there like moles? Is there like mole creatures? Do we got mole? Hey, Fen. Hey, Fen.
What?
Do you think there's moles?
Yes, there are moles.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh,
An
okay.
existential question?
Do you
Are
think
there
we could?
moles?
Do you think we could catch them then? See there if we go over there. If we go look in the holes.
In what
over there?
holes? What mole holes?
She points
In-
out these very large, like tilled areas of ground.
Saga, have
I
you
wanna
seen a
s-
mole that size?
No, that's why I was thinking we could grab him. I want to see his face.
I've never seen a mole whose face I wanted to see. They're quite ugly, but those would be enormous for moles.
Well, then we better look at them.
I suppose we could investigate.
Mole holes, let's go.
Does anybody have?
Mole
Does
hole!
anyone have digging equipment? Because I have none.
Oh, Ptolemaeus like pops up. He's like, I get to be helpful. And he like basically like picks himself up and like sort of like little feetsies up, pulls out a tiny collapsible shovel. You watch as he like puts it back together.
Oh, that's so
You're
clever.
looking for moles?
I
And he like has the shovel.
I'm certainly not expecting to find moles, but I'm also hoping we're not digging up someone's, plot for next year. I mean, these are small to be
So
farm plots,
small.
but someone could easily grow a small plot of food here. So just a patch here and there.
I'll put it back. I'll put it back if there's plants.
Saga, don't you
she-
have?
she's-
don't
yeah,
you
she molds-
have
molds the
magic that
earth.
can just move the earth.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right.
It takes a full minute. She's just standing there staring at the ground, and it's slowly moving out of the way.
Yeah.
See Ptolemaeus like
it's
watching and he's like,
She's
"These
just sitting there
would be
smiling, like
faster."
dancing a little bit.
Fen is watching very carefully
Moles.
and suspiciously, but like also not expecting anything harmful.
okay.
Just kind of like, what the shit is going on?
Yes, Nana.
Can we see any kind of like homestead or indication of
Roll perception.
habitation around here?
It doesn't take a minute. It's instantaneous. I can dig 5 feet
Woof.
instantaneously. It's just a poof. Moles.
Watch this shit. Whoom.
Aw, man.
I thought. Oh, it's mending. That's a full minute.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
Not really.
I can't roll worth shit, man.
You don't see a house nearby. You don't see farmland nearby. You don't really see anything.
It's
just
very
these little plots.
strange. It's like, why would anybody plant anything this
Whoosh!
far away from
As you
any
start to
kind of
talk,
house?
The ground shoots upwards, and there's just sort of like a bit of a spray of some of the dirt that's able to free itself sort of from the clump.
So he's
And
just
then-
dancing backwards and forwards again. Like, oh, did I get it? Yeah.
You then watch as something flops out of the mound of dirt on the edge.
Oh,
What is
And
it?
you see it's coated in dirt. And you watch it like hit the ground and then like twitch and jerk. What's it?
In a familiar way?
It's a chicken.
Huh?
what did you do? Grab chicken.
You pick up this chicken.
I'm concerned.
What's your armor class?
I'm
15.
concerned.
Wait, I don't have mage armor on right now. It is 12.
Ooh. You pick up the chicken and you watch as its mouth sort of like peels back very like sort of morbidly and it just flops its head against you as the
Oh,
peck.
Not chicken.
Bad chicken, but you're going to take. You are going to take 2 points of piercing damage as this thing begins to like writhe in your touch and like you
Sucker!
hear the snap of bone in the wings.
Oh God.
It doesn't seem like it can do much, but it is just like thriving. It is thriving.
It sure is.
Not thriving.
It's
Living its
best
best
life.
on life.
It's thrashing,
Living its
thrashing and
best
writhing.
death.
Yeah. It is just You can tell that it's corrupted.
Saga just drops it in the hole and puts the dirt back on top.
No, wait! Saga! What was that?
It was a chicken.
That did not move like any chicken I have ever seen except for one. And it was dead.
It was a really mean chicken.
She's going back to the cart, looking very
Saga,
disappointed.
you all right?
It bit me.
Let me see. Come here. Come here, let me see.
Wait a moment. You're telling me there was a chicken buried in that dirt and it pecked you?
Yes. It also like turned its head around and like all the way. I think it might be a corruption chicken.
Oh, God.
Goodness, like Chick-fil-A.
I don't know
I've
what
never
that
been
is.
there.
Oh, you shouldn't go there. They're terrible.
Okay, I believe you. If it's anything like that, then yes, definitely I'll avoid it. But
Yeah, no one should ever go there.
So this corrupted chicken, guys.
why is
It's already buried. Let's just keep going.
hold on,
Morgan like climbs to the front of the cart and he's like,
Let's go.
That
What are we
needs-
waiting for?
That needs immolated before it spreads the corruption further. We know this. But clearly these people here don't.
I've never seen anything as small as a chicken come back.
Neither have
Usually the
I,
corruption just
but
destroys it outright.
then
Why'd they put them on the road?
I would imagine they were buried where they were found, where they were dead.
Nana, roll wisdom for me. Actually, the three people in this conversation can roll wisdom for me. Everybody else
Do
is
it.
off to the side, like, cool. So there was like
Is
a chicken?
Is there any skill I can add to that, or is it just wisdom?
Just wisdom.
17.
Are you fucking? I rolled a one.
I haven't rolled above a 10 once today. I have not rolled above a 10 once. That is a 7.
Natural one.
Fen, it's not like your knowledge of the East is expansive. Every single person who lives on this continent would know about corruption.
What do I think?
It's a corrupted chicken in the ground. That's weird.
Yeah.
Hold
They
on. Hold on. Who would gain from burying something that was corrupted?
Or just burying something dead so it could be corrupted if the corruption has
Exactly.
spread this far. But again, nothing that small has ever.
I will say chicken is like right at the precipice of could vaguely corrupt.
Okay.
Most of the
All right.
time, not really. And because they're domesticated, people, burn them rather quickly because they see it happen. But who knows? It's not the most common thing you see corrupted.
Okay.
I'll say again. Who would stand to gain from corruption?
I think
being
we know.
buried.
I think we know.
Cart lady.
Torbjorn, are you okay?
No,
Seething.
Where did she hurt you?
my wallet.
The most
That makes
important
sense.
part of the body.
That
There's
makes
a
sense.
new BBEG in Torbjorn's life.
Honestly,
Move over, Dad.
No. I think we all know who's likely responsible for this. Are we meant to proceed on? Are we meant to dig up each of these plots and burn what's inside?
Very least, I don't
We
think
should.
it would.
Should we not just inform someone of what is in these? Someone that actually serves this land.
Ooh.
Have we seen any Jarlsmen on the road since we left the inn?
not yet. You know that he heard the Jarlsmen say they were stationed like in towns.
So I was just gonna look over to Roshan.
How many
and
hours
Tordek.
out of town are we?
You guys are.
Let me just kill the chicken and burn it and
Yeah,
go.
Yeah,
there's
there's
a
a
lot
lot
of them. That's the
Gorbion,
problem.
we can kill this
Um,
one very
okay.
easily, but
Hey,
there were
hey,
dozens of these.
We've only seen
Sean-
3 so far.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought we were seeing them every so often. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Saga has seen 3,
okay.
but there could be more up ahead.
Okay, let's just get rid of these ones, and then if there's more, there's Roshan and Tordrick can talk to people sometimes over the distance, and they can tell the people that there's chicken bombs in the ground.
Chicken bombs.
Chicken bombs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dylan's
Right.
like, now they
They go.
explode.
Would they go cluck cluck boom? Is that what they do?
I have
or-
to make these explode now. Do you guys understand what you've
No!
done? I have to make them explode.
Oh no.
So
Let's
Saga,
get that one up, burn it, and move on, as you say.
There's 3 of them.
We kill them all. These are sacrilege. This is dead things coming back to life when they're tainted.
I agree.
We have to get rid of them.
This could be extremely bad.
All right.
You're extremely bad.
I'm digging all 3 of them up, just like, all right, get ready, and I'm just gonna like poof 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 make them
I
all.
will ready a arrow.
Torch.
I'll get ready to
Go
chuck
have
the
his holy
chicken.
stumble out.
okay.
Yeah, each person pick a chicken. It's like whack-a-mole.
The 3 people who are going to throw hands on a chicken, go
All
ahead
right,
and
be
roll
ready.
attack.
Don't balk.
Oh, Tordrick,
Uh-huh.
he says, dig them up, and if they're all, doing the chicken zombie walk thing, then he'll try to, he'll turn them.
Okay, you're ready to turn.
You're gonna make them like run away from us.
They're just
Well,
chickens.
hopefully I'm going to make cook chicken, because at Tordrick's level now, I would imagine
Oh,
he'll be able to
destroys.
burn them.
Oh,
Well,
you
maybe
have
save
destroy
it.
undead.
Yeah.
Let's not cock this up.
That one might be a powerful thing to hold on for later.
If
There's a
anybody
bigger-
else makes a chicken-centric pun, I will be doing psychic damage. I've reached my limit. My limit is 67 chicken puns. I will be rolling damage in a moment if any more occur tonight.
Kyle.
So, what is the roll for destroy undead, Tordrick?
It's 15.
Okay. Wisdom of a chicken. Negative.
I think there's
Undead
probably-
chicken. Negative.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So with a 0, the first chicken comes up and y'all watch it. It just is instantly just feathers pop out of it and it just flops re-dead on the
They
ground.
do explode.
I knew.
God. Jesus.
Gorbjorn and Fen roll to attack your second and third chickens.
Oh, did those chickens pass?
What's the radius?
It's
think
like
it's
30
30
feet.
feet.
Yeah.
What is that? Nat
That's a
20?
natural 20 on a chicken.
I think the chicken's dead though, because if it's 30 feet, they all pop.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like you guys are like you just hear let's see.
Popcorn
Okay.
chicken.
All right, with not a single roll above a 5. They're just
That's amazing.
3 chickens explode and you guys take out their bodies and you set them ablaze. I will say, as you continue downwards, as you continue much slower now along the road,
Nana wants to make sure she explains this phenomenon to Ptolemaeus so that he understands like why we have to burn these things and
yeah,
and all
you
that
start to
stuff.
tell him and he nods and he's like, the Viking told me of this. I've never seen it, but
Yes.
you watch as he goes over to where one of the chickens just kind of like popped, and he has like a little glass vial, and you watch as he takes just like a little tool and like scrapes some of the dirt into the vial, and then he like corks it and like puts it in his bag.
The corruption is quite foul.
Okay.
Oh no!
5 points of psychic damage.
Everyone?
No, just Fen.
Okay.
Good.
He looks
Fine.
too hard at this chicken, and like a blood vessel pops in his eye.
it just like "Books!" at him from across
A
the
feather just like makes its way through the air and hits him, and he's ah.
Oh
Right in the
god!
eye.
But you guys make your way down, keeping an eye on the side of the road. You find 10 more.
Wow.
10 more plots with chickens. But you were able to dispose of them. It seems they had not turned enough to be too much of a problem. But seeing how long it may take something to get out of the ground, you don't know what it could have been by the time it was done.
Yeah.
But
does this strike anyone as, I don't know, a trail? Something intended for something else to follow?
I was going to ask if they were regularly spaced or if there was anything seemed off about how they were buried, where they were buried.
This is wisdom or intelligence, please. Just giving away information. What am I?
Ooh, not very good. 9 total.
Oh no.
The shame when you want to be an encyclopedia, but it just sometimes it be like that. They are evenly spaced.
Okay.
These were definitely dug by people. This is not a natural occurrence. This
And
is a
we do
main
know
road.
that somebody was coming this way who likes corrupted things.
We don't know that Bosch necessarily headed south out of Giant's Face. We didn't ask in town which way he left town.
Well, which direction does the road that we are on lead? Is this road going southward immediately, or is it kind of like arcing east and then south?
Might not just be Bosch, though. He has disciples. Any of them could have done this.
Any of them could be doing this on any number of roads.
Yeah, so the road goes. Yeah, actually, currently you're on the road that, like, before the road splits. This is the road.
Oh, okay.
But there is a split that you will eventually approach. You will take the southward split at Garterholm. Yeah, this is the main road out from Giant's Face.
Okay. This is definitely something we've got to relay to the Jarlsman. Next time we get into town, this has got to be relayed, and it's got to be communicated as high up as they can take it, so that this can be eliminated as soon as possible. Who knows how many roads along which Bosch or any of his disciples might have planted this trail of breadcrumbs for the corruption to follow. Assuming that's what it is.
I think I was gonna say there's nothing about exploding chickens in the prophecy, but there is something about getting guided to enemies. Which, I mean, if this is a trail, then it's taking us to the enemy. If Bosch is that at the end, that is in the prophecy. So
We need to keep the Jarl abreast of our situation.
I think we should go.
2 points of psychic damage.
Cool. It was worth it.
I'm not clucking around, guys.
Does that mean Jillian takes psychic damage now?
No, I am God.
That means
One of the
Ellie
chickens
takes
takes
psychic
4
damage.
points of psychic damage and
does?
explodes somewhere in the abyss.
Oh my god. Yes, good.
Um,
We're good.
as you all sort of continue and start sort of speculating and planning what to do about whatever the fuck this is.
Whatever the fuck this is, indeed.
You all make your way down the road. And from what you can see, don't encounter this sort of setup again on your first day.
So it only occurred for a total of what, 13 instances
Yeah.
across about how long a distance?
I don't remember my number. Not very far.
You said they
a
were
mile.
about 10 yards apart.
Yeah, it's not it's just a kind of smallish stretch of road.
That's so fucking weird. Okay. All right.
The first night on the road approaches. Roshan, will you be bubbling, knowing that there's chickens about?
Chicken bombs?
I don't know. Should we sleep outside with the chicken bombs?
No, I
What
don't
if
think
we sleep
should.
on top of one and then it comes out in the night? Oh.
That would be dreadful.
Yeah, we'll find a nice flat stretch of ground to bubble on that hasn't been recently tilled.
Yeah,
Yes.
you all sort of like walk the area, like okay, this seems good. You all set up for the night under the bubble. This is the first night back outside and not on a hammer, so that's also nice. Not as nice as being inside in a bed, but you all set up in the bubble. You all set up for taking shifts. Ptolemaeus lays his head down on Hercules to go to sleep. The fire crackles, people eat dinner. And you are one night closer to where you're headed for your prophecy.
Yay.
And that is where we are going to stop for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here with us. We love telling you guys a story. Sometimes it be about chicken bombs. And sometimes it's not. It depends. It's 50-50. But thank you all so much. We really appreciate it. Here at the Dice Cult, we have more than just our show. We got plenty of shows to keep you entertained throughout the week.
We do.
Frank, do we have the honor of Legends of Theia this Tuesday?
Yeah, tomorrow night, unless something weird happens, it should be happening. Should be a lot of fun. We're introducing a new character. We have a new player coming in. It's actually a couple new players we're working with, but one of the new ones will be in tomorrow, so their character will get to be thrown into the chaos, and we'll see what happens with that. So tomorrow night at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, so if you're interested in watching something else tomorrow, if you want to stick around and hang out with Frank and a different gang of friends, Legends of Theia goes live every Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Bring your own drinks.
And
yeah.
Abby, would you like to tell me about what sometimes Wednesdays bring?
Of course, of course. So on Wednesday, it's a little show, another D&D show called Cordially Invited. It plays on our YouTube channel, The Dice Cult, where you can also find the VODs, VODs of this show and that show. It goes every other Wednesday. This Wednesday, we're taking a break. We're giving you time to catch up on the last episode where we left for our hunt. There was also a hunt inside. But now we're out there, we're in the forest, we're getting going. I think you might have a little blurb. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Been sent one.
So if you guys are interested in watching Cordially Invited or anything else over on the YouTube channel, it is youtube.com/The Dice Cult. If you head over now, you can push a nice set reminder button so that you can be reminded of such a fun show and that you don't forget, because I can't remember things. I can't remember the names of the characters I myself created. But if you want to join us next Wednesday, September 22nd, as Abby said, the party's out of the palace, into the woods. There seems to be a mystery and a murder and a tree and an interloper. Is the interloper the tree? I think there's only really one way to find out.
But it probably is the tree.
My vote is tree. But if you guys want to head over there and watch that or any of our past episodes, that's great. On Saturdays, we have Vampire the Masquerade and the Last Remaining Light, which goes live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our coterie has climbed for a long time down many a ladder into the abyss below Seattle, where we have entered sort of the realm of the Nosferatu, and a bunch of them named Grover. And it seems we're all bad at being Grover, so we kind of stand out. And we have met a very, very old vampire who has to be at least 1,000 years old. That's just my math, at minimum. And I'm sure a conversation with him is going to go well, and it will not turn to violence. That's the dream, because I think we'll die. I don't think we'll win. So we're just going to have a good conversation with a very, very old thing on Saturday. So you can join us there if you're interested in some vampire drama. Thank you guys.
Much better conversationalist than the dead chickens.
Probably. It's 50-50. If you want to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram and Twitter. We have a lot of art over on Instagram of characters, NPCs. Come check it out. And on Twitter, we keep you updated with what's going on, when we're going live, maybe if something interesting's happening. I don't know. But thank you again. We go live same time, same place every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all so much for being here, and we will see you guys next week.
Love
Good night,
you,
everybody,
cultists.
and we're
Good
going to
night.
do a raid. We're going to do a raid.
Raid, 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 raid.